Right, folks, and welcome back. And here we go. We are at our first young bird race this week. It's been a long 6 months, we'll say, with the youngsters. From the old bird season, we had a great old bird season, and you can't, well, I can't fault it. The thing with it is then, doing the old birds and young birds, your time's sort of hampered in that sense, because all your focus during the old bird racing is the old birds, and then once it sort of finishes, it's like you swiftly move to the youngsters. The youngsters obviously were getting out and whatnot, but for next year, there's definitely a couple of things probably that I can improve on. Just at the start of trying to get them to fly and whatnot, was a bit of a heartache, but they managed it okay. And then obviously your training phase, I think it's something that we find is, once you start your training, you like to keep them on that basis for the next couple of weeks, trying to go every day, weather permitting. Obviously it's not always the case with, unfortunately, our weather here in Northern Ireland just seems to, you don't know what you're going to get. One day you get a day of winter, one day you get a day of summer, and then it's possible to have 5 seasons in one day over here, so it can be frustrating. Even getting the tracker rings and what this year, definitely, is able to learn you a lot. I mean, putting them on youngsters, youngsters are in a training phase, so everything is realistically education for them. So you'll be sitting scratching your head wondering why young birds take a certain line. This year in particular, just going through some of the pigeon groups and whatnot, I just don't know what's happening in the sky. There just seems to be a wild dose of losses, and we can only have our thoughts around it. I mean, if you're getting pigeons ripped and pulled apart, you can probably put it down to hawk issues, which I have my thoughts on. I think we are overpopulated with them, and we face the brunt of it, and we're the ones that have to deal with it, which is every pigeon man's nightmare, having to deal with pigeons that are completely torn apart. And unfortunately, from, I would say, a mental standpoint, pigeons are normally ruined after being attacked. Obviously with weather, too, weather is a big factor into it. Trying to train on good days. I mean, even our training schedule, you will get days that there is some overcast and whatnot, and you just have to manage it and go off your own sort of gut instinct of what you feel is necessary to allow pigeons to fly. Biggest factor in all things is young birds and their health. I think it needs to be number one priority, and it normally is in our book. Just trying to keep them healthy. There's a multitude of strains and bacteria and viruses and you name it, and to keep on top of it takes a bit of observing, a bit of everything really. You're just constantly watching how the young birds respond to different things. obviously once you hit that training phase and you start pushing pigeons on down a bit, I'm a big believer that that causes a lot of stress, and stress is the number one factor for bringing everything to the front when it comes to illness with pigeons. So again, just trying to be obviously very mindful of it. As I say, we're in Navan this week, so back to 72 mile, a bit of a stretch. I mean, we train the youngsters out about 30 mile, and usually it is sufficient. And I'm sort of thinking, as I said, looking back on people's losses, I'm wondering maybe it was maybe better to go on down a bit, but it is what it is, and we are here. We have 50 away to Navan this week. There is plenty of pigeons left behind, and one of them reasons is again our training. So I'm gonna show you just the tracker ring. When you go down the road and you think pigeons are somewhat on the ball, pigeons have a great way of showing you that what do you think happens and what do you think should happen in a trainer is not always the case. We had our training spot from our 30 mile, came great. 30, I think the first ones we got 32 minutes, so delighted. And again, next day, which was a better day in terms of weather, there was sunshine and whatnot. If I've ever felt sick in my life, Wednesday was the day. My guts were nuts. It was terrible. So I'm just going to show you on the tracker here that the ongoings of Wednesday's trainer. It is absolutely mind blowing. So hopefully you can see this okay. But as I said, this was Tuesday of last week. As you can see, just an all round great line for a youngster in terms of trainer. I say this pigeon done it in about, I would say, 32 minutes or so. So again, going from Tuesday's trainer, we were absolutely delighted. That was it. We thought we were excuse me on the ball. Transfer to then Wednesdays, and as I said, we went down. I liberated the pigeons in the same place. I then had to quickly nip over to Danley's to drop off a stray, and I gave my father, who was here waiting on the pigeons, a ring, and he was about an hour later. I phoned him, asked him, well, how do we get on? He says, we haven't a feather. And to be honest, at this point I thought he was winding me up, but the pigeon that had this tracker ring on was like just over 3 hours on the wing, and as I say, you stand here thinking pigeons should take that certain line and they should be home in a certain time, and then you're greeted with this, which is absolutely mental. I mean, when I first put this up, I couldn't believe it. I'll try and highlight this a bit bigger. Sometimes it freezes when I do this, so bear with me. I'll as I say, this pigeon over 3 hours on the wing. The pigeon basically left the liberation point, came all the way to a place called Bridge, went on through Bridge, and basically it must have had a batch of pigeons in here for all I know. It then started to make its way home, but then veered left up through Black Skull, right up to a place called through Lurgan, and then to a place called Oxford Island, which is roughly here. It swung then to what we thought maybe was taking its route home, to a place called Balnahinch, and we have train from here, so we thought maybe with the pigeon recognising the area, it would maybe head home, but it decided not to, and it swung the whole way back and basically came back to its point in Oxford Island, and Lurgan in this area. Then came the whole way down, back down to a place called Bridge, and it actually shows you, it then sat here for an hour. So anyone that watches the videos lives around here. I'm not sure if our pigeons were together, but as you can see, it just got a bit sporadic hidden around here. Don't particularly know why or what. I mean, the clashing with other people's pigeons to the point where maybe they were chased. Again, this just shows you the line of flight. It doesn't show you what happens in the sky. But after it sat here for an hour, it got up and then made its way right through to Moore, right through Lisburn. And I mean, when I talk about where pigeons should be coming from, when we get them on the line of they're coming from this carriageway that I talk in front of us, it's not the line that we particularly want, but if we get a line like this on race day, we're bait. But it finally made it home anyhow, to our home. But yeah, just absolutely mental when it comes to a pigeon's flight path. I couldn't believe it. Obviously from that training point, some of the pigeons returned or in a sorry state, to say the least. We had pigeons coming basically all day. We had nothing. I think we had two pigeons come together at 2 hours. I think I arrived here just about 2 hours 15 minutes, and we had at that point about 15 pigeons home. As I was standing here then, we got our initial big batch, but again, half of them pigeons were strays, so the pigeons were just coming then the rest of the night. That much that we ended up with a hen that was sent to France 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. She dropped in, so I don't think any of the pigeons went to France. Well, I hope not. But then the next day we were also getting pigeons. So when we then put the ETS rings on Thursday, we handled some of the pigeons, and to be honest, we talked about it, the weight that came off the pigeons was just a lot than what I expected. I mean, some of them pigeons were flying a skibbereen race. So obviously we've had a day extra to try, but again, I mean, we've worked for 6 months to try and get things right and to keep the birds healthy and to get them ready for a race. And sometimes it's actually harder not to send than to send. So it just made a decision to go through the pigeons last night and handled each one, and sort of sent what we thought was in the best shape possible that we felt. So I don't think the break in a few days will do the pigeons any harm. Again, it's just trying to get things right with youngsters, going by people's training and racing up to now. People unfortunately have had some devastating training tosses and racing, and the losses is just incredible. So we have just decided that we would send what we felt was ready for race 1. So I think it's currently 8 o'clock. I haven't heard yet if the pigeons are up. So the weather, I mean, it's not blue skies and sunshine. It's cloudy, very overcast, but the cloud is high. So I would just wait, finger crossed we get a good race and a good start. I think that's the main thing with young birds. We're not at the start anyway. It's particularly getting pigeons used to the whole setup, because again, everything is education basis. Okay, it's nice to win, don't get me wrong, and I don't not send pigeons not to win, but from the education side of it, is the most important thing. First time in a transporter, first time going through all the sort of club night, and suppose we expect too much of pigeons at times, but from the last few years and talking with Dad, that this is just all education, because these go on to be our old birds for next year. So again, we have to send them to see what they're made of, but at the same time, we try to be smart about it. So we'll lie and wait. Let's sit on. Yeah. Hmm?
There's nothing funny about it.
Nope.
What's that there, Dad?
Where?
Pigeon?
What?
A pigeon? Way towards Belfast.
Yeah.
Hmm?
That's the open there, though.
Is she near that? That's a pigeon, isn't it?
Go on, Dad. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on.
Where'd that come from? Back?
Alright, straight behind us, Dad. Yeah. We're in the back of here. That's good. What's that?
Something's happened. That's right, good. Did you remember to feed them last Wednesday?
What?
What's that over there? The top of the forest there. They're going. See it coming this way. Is that a pigeon?
No.
It turned. Blow again. There's a pigeon coming this way, Stephen, for here.
Where?
Coming over here. Clapping.
What?
It's clapping, a red. Melee.
Go on. Right there, huh?
That come down like a helicopter.
That's I am special breed tumblers.
That come right off the coast. Only 48 to come now.
Only 48.
That's serious.
Huh?
That's serious.
Wow. Last year it wasn't like this, was it?
No, it was not. We're split up like, but not that good.
Ah, no. You always think, you know, cousins will get split, like, but sort of get them in wee batches.
Two. The daisy characters here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, go. Come on. Come on, go. Come on. Come on, son. Come on. Here's an R5 out of Belfast. Up here, Stone. 6. Come on. 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 Come on, son. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, son. Come on. 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 Come on, son. Take him off the carriageway.
That's what they want. You don't want one?
Here's Shaggy coming.
Hey?
Shaggy.
I don't think I want dog.
Very jumpy. Is it
What?
all?
It is,
Thank God. This thing's
right.
normal. Where is it? I don't think it is, dude. I'll see. Let it go.
What?
I'm not going to pick this up. I don't think it's 1 hour. I thought they come off the front or the back of the loft.
What?
I thought they come off the back of the loft.
What are you doing?
Pick that up.
Come on.
Come on. Give us the other one. Or you showed up from there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, go. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That's a hooker, Steve. They come off the carriageway.
I know.
The first ones, first ones come off here.
I know. The first one.
But they come off the carriageway. That's what I mean. I don't know what the flip we're doing out there.
Huh?
I don't. That's that.
Come on.
That's that straight.
Is it?
Straight. It's a
Yeah?
straight. It's a
Oh,
hooker.
that's
So
right.
along the way, when they see me, I'm coming down.
So that's us for the week, folks. First young bird race, done and dusted. To be honest, what a race it was. Obviously, as you can see, we got one pigeon, and then we didn't get anything for another 10 minutes. And to be honest, it sounds very similar, bar maybe the birds that were out in the coast got a sort of better race out of it. But I thought initially this was disaster. We didn't send all the pigeons. We had 50 of them away. But I was obviously very concerned. When you get one pigeon, I thought, here we go, silly season. I mean, going by the tracker on Wednesday, the ridiculousness of where them pigeons got to that day is incredible. I couldn't believe it. It was something like, what was it? Like most of them pigeons, we got our big batch at about 2.5 hours from 30 miles. And the scary thing is this is just not happening to us. It's happening to boys right around the country. The disasters and total horror stories. And even up to now, they're still, talking to, friends and whatnot. Still, pigeons just go way astray, and then they're getting them 6 hours later. So I don't know what's going on, but there's definitely something amiss. I know of obviously our issue with hawks. This is the season now where the parents are now training the young, and there's people getting absolutely slaughtered. So obviously, what that's just one aspect. Never mind everything in between, but. Big congratulations to the boys down the plote, Big Billy, Miles, Kincaid, McCann. The boys won the club this week, so congratulations, Billy. Fantastic pigeon. And the open winner this week was Jim and Ronnie Young from Portavogie, so massive congratulations, guys. Good start to the season for the young ones. I just add Brian Anderson from the Belmont. He's basically a small team flyer. He has basically one shed and has literally everything in it. So what I will say is congratulations. He won the section this week, so well done with Brian, and keep it up. But yeah, so hopefully we will try and get obviously the birds that didn't go into this race. That training session just was an absolute disaster. The body completely fell off some of the pigeons because they were on the wing for so many hours. So we've tried obviously getting them back around to some sort of condition, shape. And hopefully we will get majority of them into race 2. But again, thanks very much for watching this week. Please do like, share, leave your comments. I do enjoy going through the comments, and obviously getting to know the guys. So on to next week now, so fingers crossed we get a better race, because that was absolutely ridiculous. Speak soon, guys. Take care. All the best.